Good evening.
Hey there, Robbie.
Good evening, Neil. And good evening to everyone watching from home. Good evening.
Hey there, Robbie.
Good evening, Neil. And good evening to everyone watching from home. What happened there, Neil, was I had YouTube open. And for anyone who is watching, who comes from our church, will realize that about 6 months ago, I did exactly that on a Sunday morning, to a Zoom full of people who just heard me having an existential crisis. I was trying to work out where this noise was coming from. I thought I was hearing things there. Well, I was hearing myself.
I thought you'd improved your ventriloquy.
Yeah, be quite a good at that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, we are nothing if not slick. Anyway, welcome, Neil. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Robbie. I'm good. Looking forward to this evening. It's been a long time since we were all together, and it was I think it's going to be a good evening. Looking forward to it.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. I am. I think I'm doing what's called padding, because I'm just making sure that we've got everything up and running before we go live. We are live. Anyway, everyone watching at home, welcome. Good to know we've already seen 3 people drop off since I had my existential crisis, so that's good. Anyway, for those of you who joined us back in May, we did a quiz back in May, and so we're back. No one asked us to come back, but we're back. So we're going to run a quiz for you this evening, 6 rounds. As you'll see running along the bottom, if you don't have an answer sheet, it's in the video description underneath this, so you'll be able to just click on that link. It's a Google form, so you'll be able to follow it all the way through rounds 1 to 6, and you fill it all in, and then you submit it at the end. So just going to explain how things are going to work this evening. Neil and I will go through, and we'll just ask questions. There'll be a display on the screen that'll have all the questions on there. Some of them, there are a couple of picture rounds. There's a couple of rounds where Neil and I are going to try out our artistic abilities. But there's some general knowledge, there's some sports, there's some all sorts of stuff. So there's going to be 6 rounds, and then at the end, Susie, who is my wife, but also is the team leader for Wickham, she's just going to interview a couple of people who have been involved in Wickham over the years. So while that's happening, Neil and I will be sort of marking all the scores at the end, and then we'll come back and let you know who's won. But hopefully we're here for a good time, not a long time. So without further ado, let's start. Right. There we go. Smooth. Right. Okay. So, yep. Welcome to the quiz. Please open the Google form from the video description below, and only submit it at the end of the quiz. Okay. Also, please feel free, a couple of things beforehand. Please feel free when you're watching on YouTube to comment if you want to. It would be good if people could comment more than just please stop talking, carry on asking the questions. But we do understand that'll probably be what will happen. So yeah, please feel free to let us know where you're joining us from. Yeah, and we'll go from there. I don't think there's anything else to say. Susie did ask me to say that if you would rather not hear us, you can mute YouTube and you can still see all the questions. But what fun is that? Anyway, on with the show. Right, round 1, general knowledge. Okay, so round 1, question 1. In 2017, which French cartoon character had the goal to appear in an illustrated story alongside a character called Coronavirus? This is one you wrote, isn't it, Neil?
It is, and I realise, but in writing that question, we've already made a grave error, because we made a promise to each other, didn't we? Throughout this quiz, as this quiz was going out, that we were not going to mention a certain word at any point in the quiz. Do you remember that, Robbie?
I do.
Yeah.
We swore to each other that this would be a coronavirus-free zone, which I think everyone is in need of at the minute.
Yeah, and there was a consequence for anyone who used that word, wasn't there?
There was.
Do you remember what that was, Robbie?
So basically, Neil and I had an agreement that every time any of us mentioned that word,
you can use it again. You've said it twice already. Right. So yeah,
coronavirus. Yeah. Anytime we mention coronavirus, we'd give £1 to Wickham.
That's three times so far, Robbie.
Yeah. Neil, do you just want to repeat this question?
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. In 2017, which French cartoon character had the gall to appear in an illustrated story alongside a character called Coronavirus?
There you go, Neil. That's £1 to you. Great. Okay, please feel free to let us know if you hear us say that word, and we will happily give £1 to Wickham.
People may want to do that in their own teams as well, of course, Robbie.
Absolutely. Please feel free to do that.
Impose their own fines. We're happy for that.
Yes, please do that. Right, question 2. How many people have walked on the moon? Very straightforward question. How many people have walked on the moon?
We don't want any conspiracy theorists on this one. 0 is not a legitimate answer, is it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, question 2, how many people have walked on the moon? Question 3, Neil, take it away.
This is a quote. "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," is the first line of which Dickens novel? Now, which Dickens novel starts with the line, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times"? You a big fan of Dickens, Robbie?
Yeah, absolutely. I heard a joke about this the other day, and now I'm going to absolutely cannibalize it, but it's not like we're live on YouTube. It said that when Dickens wrote said novel, it was serialized in two national newspapers. It was the Bicester Times and the Worcester Times. Good to see this existential crisis is continuing. Right. Question 4. Dunelmum was a Roman name for which British city? Dunelmum was a Roman name for which British city? No, there's no real clues in the name, to be honest. Dunelm. So, I mean, you can probably, you could assume that the city is full of useless tat and home furnishings.
Quality haberdasheries, isn't it?
Yeah, quality haberdasheries. If anyone from Dunelm is watching. Dunelmum was a Roman name for which British city? Okay, that was question 4. Question 5. What nationality is Greta Thunberg? What nationality is Greta Thunberg?
I think she made an appearance in our last quiz, didn't she?
She did.
Greta. Yeah.
I think it was the emoji question, and it was Greta Thunberg. Yeah, very tenuous. Anyway, that was question 5. Question 6. This is multiple choice, and make sure you read it very carefully, and we'll make sure we say it very carefully. Which of these monarchs had the second shortest reign? So the second shortest reign. So is it Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Elizabeth I, King Charles II, or Queen Victoria? So which of these monarchs had the second shortest reign? Or the third longest? Depends if you're a glass half full or a glass 3/4 full or a glass 1/4 empty. Which of these monarchs had the second shortest reign? Okay. This is a fun one. How many permanent teeth does a dog have? How many permanent teeth does a dog have? Now, the really interesting thing about this question is that it opens up the possibility that dogs have false teeth. But how many permanent teeth does a dog have? So it's
So it
either
could be an
42.
advantage to have a dog in the family here, couldn't it? There could be a little bit of close inspection going on at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if you can pin them down and count it. Yes, that's A42, B50, C64, or D12. How many permanent teeth does a dog have? Okay. Question 8. Oh, I like this question. Neil, do you want to say it?
Yeah, okay. So 4 American states start with the letter A. 3 of those states also end with the letter A. Name the state that doesn't end with an A. So there are 4 American states beginning with the letter A, and of those 4, 3 of them, the name of the state also ends in an A. We're looking for the one that doesn't end in an A.
I think that's a bit tough.
That's a good one. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that question.
Yeah. So people now are working through actually what are the 4?
Yeah.
Because I think the first couple that would come to mind immediately are ones that begin and end in an A. I think we're thinking those. That's a good question.
Yeah. And it's not Hawaii.
That ends in an E, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 E's, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, number 9. Very simple. An emu can fly. True or false? An emu can fly. True or false? Have you ever seen an emu, Neil?
Well, I've never seen one flying,
Oh.
but I've never seen an emu, so I'm no help on that.
Yeah.
I can't give any clues on that at all. Have I seen? I don't think I have seen an emu. I don't think I have. I've seen an ostrich, but it didn't see me.
Were you wearing dark glasses and a hat or something?
I'm prone to doing that. Yeah.
Right, that was question 9. An emu can fly. True or false? And question 10, final one for this round. What color appears in 75% of national flags? So in all the flags of the world, in 75 of them, this color appears. What color is it? And you could probably do a bit of thinking. So yeah, number 10, what color appears in 75% of national flags? That is the end of round 1. Please make sure you sort of put your answers down. If you haven't actually written all your answers down, because you don't submit the form until the end, feel free to just make a note of it, come back to it. You can always write down roughly what the question is, and then you can always come back to it later in the quiz. Okay, so that is the end of round 1. Round 2. Everyone's favorite platform since March has been Zoom, and so we thought we would have a little play on the word Zoom, and so we are going to show you 10 pictures that are all close-up, zoomed-in versions of something. So we're going to go through them. We'll give a bit of time to each one. We were going to do this as multiple choice, and then we thought, no, we don't want to make it too easy. So you are going to get absolutely no clues apart from the picture here. So let us start with round 2, question 1. What on earth is that? I'm also seeing it on a big screen next to me, and it is making me feel rather ill.
Might it help with some of these to look at them at different angles, Robbie?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sort of turn your TV upside down, or slant at it, or maybe sort of close your eyes and look like that. But also, just I don't know. I think with some of these, it's going to be like you either know it or you don't know it, which I think is basically the point of the quiz.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
No.
Basically.
So have a good look. What we will do is we'll go through them and then we'll nip back through them again just to show you all again. So we've got round 2, question 2. What is that a zoomed in version of?
You've been busy with your camera then, Robbie?
I have, absolutely. Yeah. Standing quite close to things. I think I don't really know what to say because I inevitably, I mean, due to the sort of technical hitches we've already had, I will say something that will give it away. But I mean, there's some of them that you just sort of look at, you think, I think that your first hunch will probably be, I think on some of them, your first hunch will probably be correct. But anyway, that is the second question. So what is that a zoomed in version of? Okay. And we will be quite lenient on this in terms of, I mean, obviously, if you sort of get it wildly wrong, we won't give you the points. But if you get it close enough, we'll be quite generous. Okay, question 3. What is this a zoomed in version of? Have you done much zoom in, Neil?
Too much, far too much.
I know.
It started off, you think, oh, it's great. This is great. You know, I can carry on and you can see people and speak to people. And then, yeah, I think I suspect everyone's had enough zooming. But yeah, I do like the, you know, well, we had that a little bit when we started off our call just before the quiz, didn't we? You know,
Yeah.
sort of, you know, the way that, you know, do you go with headphones? Do you not? You know, what's the, you know, what's the background noise?
I think it's very good we didn't go with headphones, Neil. That would have sort of shattered the professionalism of this.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, question 3. What is that a zoomed in version of? Okay, question 4. You might want to sort of just take a little bit of a step back on this one. But what is that?
This could almost work as an animal, vegetable, or mineral round, couldn't it, as well, I think?
Good, yeah. That'll be the next quiz in 6 months' time when we're still in lockdown.
See, I'm thinking I might have eaten one of those, but I don't know whether I should have done.
Oh, I said Susie told me that I referenced the word, so I need to make another donation.
Oh, I missed that. I'll put one in for you, Robbie.
Thanks, Neil. Right, that is round 2, question 4. What is that? We're going to round 2, question 5. Right.
Certainly not eating
a very good animal, vegetable, or mineral.
I don't think.
You what, sorry?
I've certainly not eaten one of those, I don't think.
No. Well, you might have done. I'm trying to think what it looks like.
When I was a student, I think I had something like that growing in the bathroom.
Intentionally or unintentionally?
Unintentionally.
Uh-huh.
But naturally. It was, yeah.
Yeah, that's question 5, halfway through this round. Please do feel free to join in with any comments, or let us know how many people in your team have said the dreaded word.
What was that word again, Robbie?
It was, I can't remember. Do you remember what it was?
We spent a bit of time talking about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
That was it. There you go. Okay. That was question 5. Question 6. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. I actually momentarily regretted making it this tough. Only momentarily. What is that a zoomed in picture of? Take a step back on this one. I think this is a tough one.
Got to work out what the background is, haven't you?
Yeah. That's question 6.
These ones.
Move on to question 7. What is that a zoomed in picture of? I'm trying to think what that does look like.
I'm seeing Sydney Opera House with a bit of paintwork on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, part of me sort of thinks, is that some sort of like weird, top half looks a bit like a weird sort of book, and then it's like, could be a roller coaster, could be, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm not going to tell you. All right, question 7. That was question 7. Question 8. Right, what is this zoomed in version of? We should be playing animal, vegetable, mineral.
I don't know. Well, I'm just thinking what occupation might help people. I wonder if you're a dentist, you might have a particular view on this one.
That's true. Although if the inside of my mouth was that color, I'd be slightly worried. But you know, it might be.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Right, we've got 2 more in this round, and then what we'll do is we'll nip back through them all again just to make sure you've got them all. Number 9. What is that? Any ideas, Neil?
I do have some ideas. I just I wonder if does it look a bit like that? It does do, doesn't it? I think it
does a little bit. It's a bit more shiny than yours.
It could be. That might be a
odd job. Right, what is that? Okay, and the last one, round 2, question 10. What is that? It's a zoomed in version of something, but what is it? I think this round has been a little bit tricky. Some of them I think are okay, some of them are pretty tough.
Yeah, I think there are some really tricky ones. I think there are some that are I'd be confident. I think I'd be very confident in probably half of them. And I think there's another half where I'd probably take a guess. And there'd be some where I wouldn't have a clue. And this is one of them.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Might just be a bit of guesswork on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, that was question 10. What we'll do at the end of this round is we'll have a very sort of short 2-minute sort of Neil and I'll waffle for a couple of minutes while if you want to go and grab a drink or whatever or refill your snacks, you can do that. But we will I'll just nip back to where it all began. Round 2, question 1, what is that? I don't know if anyone necessarily wants to see that image again, but that is number 1. Number 2, that is that one. Remember, they're all zoomed in versions of something. Number 3. And number 4. And number 5. Looks like some really gone off pork crackling.
You need to change your supplier, Robbie.
Yeah, I know. I used to go to a snooker club in the northeast, and the pork scratchings used to look a bit like that. Number 6. That's the tough one.
That is a toughie.
That is a tough one. Number 7. Is that bright blue sky, or is it a painted wall? That one.
Yeah.
Number 9. And finally, number 10.
Yeah, you've got to say what you see, haven't you? I think, because I think with some of them, you know, the more you look at them, sometimes something emerges and you can work it out. But with others, yeah, I think you just got to go with.
Say what you see is sort of the golden rule of a picture round, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So as I said, the next round is round 3, sports and games. So this, it's not just a sports round. So if you think, oh, I hate sports, but I love games, then this round is half for you. And if you really love games, if you really love sports but don't like games, then this round is half for you. So as I say, feel free to we'll start a timer for 2 minutes. If you want to go and grab some drinks or whatever, feel free to do that. I'll just explain how this round is slightly different to the other ones. On your answer sheet, all the 10 answers for this round will all appear as a drop-down list on your quiz sheet. And they will all have, every answer will have, so every question will have all the answers there. So there's 10 answers for this round, and we've actually given you all the answers, but you need to put them all in the right order. So rather annoyingly, some of the answers to these questions will all be quite similar. So they're all numbers. So when you look down your list, you'll see there's a whole lot of numbers there. Please make sure that you've only got one number or only used the number once. So no number is used twice, but please just make sure that you've got that on there. Cool.
And this is a good one as well. If people are across a number of households with this round, this would be a good one where the person who's got access to those answers can perhaps share them with other members of their team so that they can see those numbers and help them. Because I suspect with this one, as you go through the round, you might decide that you want to change some of your earlier answers.
Yes.
Not that you've got them all right up to that point, of course.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, pay attention, because the answer you put in for number 1, you might be changing that halfway through the round. So, got to think on your feet. And great. That has been 2 minutes. So we are going to get going. Right. Neil, do you want to start this one? Round 3, question 1.
Okay, question 1. What is the time in seconds of the fastest FA Cup final goal? So one of the answers that you've got in the drop down we'll give you the number of seconds in which the fastest FA Cup final goal was scored.
Yeah, some of those. I mean, to be honest, looking through that list, it could be any of them.
It could be any of those, yeah. But it might be by the time you get to question 10, if you're confident in those other answers, this will be the only number that's left, so you can come back to it.
So round 3, question 1. What is the time in seconds? There's commas missing all over this question. What is the time in seconds of the fastest FA Cup final goal? Okay. Question 2. How many balls are there on a snooker table at the start of a frame?
You should be good on this one then, Robbie. Unless you were just at your snooker club to get the cheap packets of pork scratchings.
I was, to be honest, that was it really. It was sort of weirdly coloured pork scratchings and microwave burgers. Remember that? Where the meat came out really hot and the bun came out really wet.
Lovely.
Not fun.
So,
Anyway,
did you go to the snooker club to improve your game, or just for a rest?
Yeah, I mean, it was a friend and I. We basically decided when we were about 16, 17 that we'd aged about 40 years, and so we joined the snooker club. It was great fun, but it was it was that thing where you get a break of like 8 and you think you're the best snooker player in the world. You go red black and you think I'm excellent, and you realize you aren't. But yeah, question 2, how many balls are there on a snooker table at the start of a frame? You should be able to have a sort of educated guess at this one. Number 3, how many points did England score in the Rugby World Cup final of 2019? I mean, if there are any England rugby fans out there, they might not want to necessarily be reminded. It's 5 years to the day that Wales knocked them out of the 2015 World Cup.
Can you remember what you were doing on that day, Robbie?
I was at home watching Wales knock England out of the Rugby World Cup. It was a very good game. Very good game. But we are interested in the Rugby World Cup final of 2019, and how many points did England score in that Rugby World Cup final?
Actually, I don't think did Wales knock England out, or was it Wales beat England, and then so England had to beat Australia and then lost to Australia, I think. Did they? Is that right?
And then Australia hammered them, yeah. Anyway, yeah, good point. Right, number 4. What number did Paul Gascoigne have on his shirt in Italia 90? So that's the number he wore on his back during Italia 90. You got fond memories of Italia 90, Neil?
I do, yeah. It was well. I mean, a lot of the games weren't great, but the games that England were in were nearly all very exciting.
Cameroon.
Once they got through into the knockout rounds. So yeah, some fantastic, and we thought we might win. We thought we might win. Chris Waddle hit the post in extra time against West Germany.
Gascoigne didn't slide far enough.
Yeah. So no, it was a great tournament for England, and they should have got to the final that year.
They beat Cameroon, didn't they?
They beat Cameroon, who actually were very unlucky. They were brilliant against England. My favourite game was actually, and particularly with Gascoigne as a young player, was when he nutmegged Koeman, the new manager of Barcelona, on the edge of the box. It just his skill and his confidence, and it was great to see an English player, using technique and skill to outwit a Dutch great player. So
cool. So what number did Paul Gascoigne wear on the back of his shirt in Italia 90? Let's make sure you're just selecting one answer and you're only using that answer once. Number 5, in baseball, what is the distance in feet from third base to home base? So in baseball, what is the distance in feet from third base to home base? You know anything about baseball, Neil?
Not a lot. No. I know. I think they have 9 innings.
Yeah.
In each game, that's about. And they wear gloves. The catchers have to wear gloves to catch the ball, which I don't get.
No,
don't get that. But,
I don't really understand it. I don't understand how the World Series only involves teams from America. But that's just me. Anyway, in baseball, what is the distance in feet from third base to home base? 6.
That's a good question.
Neil, go for it.
Yeah. So, how many runs did Ben Stokes score in the Cricket World Cup final in 2019? So last summer, the Cricket World Cup final, Ben Stokes playing for England. How many runs did he score in that final? So that's good. We've balanced England's failure in the Rugby World Cup final with a success in the Cricket World Cup final.
Yeah, I mean they drew, didn't they?
Yeah, they drew. They drew twice.
They did twice.
And speaking as a Middlesbrough fan, 2 draws. Yeah, which is what we've got so far this season in total. I think that's an achievement. So yeah,
it's to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many runs did Ben Stokes score in the Cricket World Cup final in 2019? That is your 6th question. Number 7. How many countries won medals at London 2012, the Olympics? So how many countries won medals at London 2012?
This is one of those questions that, well, no, there may be somebody who actually knows that answer outright without having to see the options in front of them, in which case I think your talents are probably wasted in this quiz, but we're glad that you're with us. But this will be one that I think you're looking to see what numbers are left when you've got your dead certs or your confident responses in there. But yeah.
Feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
It seems like a very long time ago now. Yeah, yeah. Of course, this summer should have been the Japan Olympics, Tokyo Olympics. So yeah,
we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah.
Oh, we have had some questions. Is that so? The question is that including the Super Over?
What was the question, Robbie? Can we?
Question
was again, and they can probably work
how
out.
many runs did Ben Stokes score in the Cricket World Cup final in 2019?
I think that's got everything people need to know, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, Nathan Thompson's asked that question.
Yeah.
And he's commented underneath saying, great question, which I don't know if that's to the other question that was there or whether that's just commenting on his own great question. But anyway, we've done number 7. Number 8, in Monopoly, how much does Old Kent Road cost to buy? In Monopoly, how much does Old Kent Road cost to buy?
Are you a fan of playing Monopoly, Robbie?
I like the idea of it. I don't think I've ever finished a game of Monopoly. I don't know how you win Monopoly.
It takes so long to lose, though, doesn't it?
Maybe that's
You're
the
not losing, and it just takes so long.
Yeah, I don't know. I just sort of I'm just there to sort of travel around the board, really. Try and buy a few places, have a good time. I don't take it super seriously.
The most excitement I had was choosing your playing piece.
Yeah,
the boot. I used to like boot. What did you like? What was your favourite?
I used to like the little dog or the iron. No, I mean my favourite. Accidentally landing on Mayfair or Park Lane and buying it, and then very sort of stubbornly not giving it to anyone. Not letting them buy it off me, no matter how much they offer. Yeah, maybe that's why.
You never swapped it for Old Kent Road, then?
Never. Anyway, in Monopoly, how much does Old Kent Road cost to buy? That was question 8. Question 9. How many rooms are there in the game of Cluedo or on a Cluedo board? How many rooms?
You can start listing these, can't you, I think?
Yeah.
kitchen, living room, attic,
garage, shed,
fridge. Yeah.
conservatory, lean-to.
Yeah.
Keith Tarin has made a comment, which is I'm just trying to think. It is 16 Zs. I don't know if that's Keith's keyboard malfunctioning or whether that is a running commentary on our running commentary. Thanks for the support, Keith. Anyway, question 10, last question this round. How many squares are there down each side of a chessboard? So if you know your chess, straightforward question. I think Keith's keyboard is still malfunctioning because we just got another message with 13 Zs.
He's using them all up. He's going to write Zs.
Might want to get that seen too. Anyway, how many squares are there down each side of a chessboard? Cool. You should have that. We're not going to go through that again. So that is the end of round 3. So please make sure you've gone through the quiz sheet and you've just chosen one of the answers for each one. You haven't doubled up and you haven't chosen the same answer twice. So please make sure you go through and just check that. Please make sure you also feel free to be going back through and looking at any of the questions you still haven't answered in previous rounds. We're going to move on to round 4, which is quick on the draw. Okay. So what we're going to do for this is, it's a bit of an experiment, but we'll see how this goes, which is that Neil and I, let's just stop that little thing there. Let's hide that. Right. Okay. So now you get to see Neil and my faces. Okay. This is a round called Quick on the Draw. What this means is that Neil and I have created a list of countries. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it in turns where one of us is going to try and draw the country and the other one is going to try and draw something that is associated with that country. It's going to take about 30 to 45 seconds per question. And then we're both going to hold it up and you need to guess what the country is. Okay, so you should on your quiz sheet just have you should be able just to write a word in there. But right, Neil, let's start. So
we're not going to tell people which one of us is drawing the country and which one of us is drawing the thing that we associate with that country, because are we? Because they might. I'm not saying our artistic skills don't add up to much, but we can let people work out which one's which.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So the first one, you at home are going to be guessing the country from what Neil and I both draw. So we'll try and be quick. Just reminding you all that Neil and I aren't known for our artistic abilities.
That will become apparent.
That will become very apparent.
Fantastic.
Right, you done, Neil?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right, just give me a second. Right, 3, 2, 1, go. Right, you're guessing what that is. What country is that?
We've set the bar really high with this first one, I think, Robbie.
We have.
We're going to struggle to maintain this, I reckon.
Yeah, we are. I mean, especially looking at the other country we've chosen. Right, that was it. That was question 1. Please write your answer in the box. You are guessing what country Neil and I have both tried to draw. Right, next one. Okay. Right. You started, Neil, haven't you?
I'm putting down the number because that might help me later to remember which is which.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's probably also worth reminding people that Neil and I don't currently have access to an atlas. So you will be getting our best memories of what these countries look like. Right, you ready, Neil?
Very nearly.
Okay, this is number 2. Right, 3, 2, 1. That's not bad.
Nailed that, Robbie.
You what?
I think we've nailed that.
I think we have.
I think everyone's getting that.
Everyone is getting that. Right, that is question 2. Question, right, oh no. Question 3. Right.
We might need a little longer on this, do you think?
We might do. I think I'll be all right, actually. You might need a bit longer. I
do.
Oh, this is decent, actually. Right, number 3. Right, 3, 2, 1. Neil, let's go. Oh my word. Is that a horse's tail, Neil?
No, that's very clearly a country.
Very clearly a country. Right, that is number 3.
Again, I think we've nailed that, Robbie.
I think we have.
I think other people will be coming up with this as an idea for doing quizzes of their own. I think
we are nothing if not innovative.
Okay.
Actually, Neil.
Yeah.
Someone has just commented in the comments saying, "Please, can we reset our Zoom room, please?" So what we'll do is we'll take 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Go get a drink. You can all marvel in our artistic ability. We'll be back in 2 minutes. I say we'll be back. We aren't going anywhere.
I'm going to pop a light on as well, actually, Robbie, because as we've been doing this, it's got darker. So I think I might add a little bit more light because that might help with the, particularly with the pictures.
Yeah, no worries. You go and do that.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for a couple of people to reset their Zoom rooms, feel free to comment in the comment section, maybe how you've been finding the quiz. Is it too easy, too hard? Not that we're going to change anything, but always good to hear from people. Maybe if Keith's woken up, he can comment. Yeah, let us know where you're joining us from. Who's with you? Yeah, we'll give it a few more seconds, Neil, and then we'll carry on with the show. We could probably actually be using this time to be drawing our things, really, to be honest.
That might be a good idea, actually.
That is a good idea. I have to say, Neil, I don't know what you're going to do for this one.
Well, on the basis of my previous entries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're not wrong.
Right, this is number 4. Right. You ready, Neil?
Well, have you done yours?
Yeah.
All right, okay. I'm nearly there.
That's fine. I mean, this is nothing if not gripping online content.
I've got it. Yeah, I think that little extra detail will clarify this one for people. There'll be. I probably made this a bit easy.
Right. It sounds like you're using some quite decent card there, Neil. You drawing on card?
Oh yeah, quality card. This.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
No expense spared over there.
Well, the first couple were on paper, I think, but I found some card now.
Oh gosh.
It means that the ink doesn't go through onto the table as well. I hope.
Yeah. Then you'll be in trouble.
I have form.
Yeah. Right, question 4. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I mean, yeah, Neil.
Well, hang on a second. What are you going to say? Because I'm looking at yours and I'm seeing Bart Simpson there.
Yeah, I mean, I think if your picture was anatomically correct, then there's something incredibly wrong with that person. Right. Oh no. Right. Okay. Next one. Number 5 coming up.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Right. Susie's telling us to hurry up.
Okay.
Right. Do you want a good quiz or do you want a quick quiz?
I think she's thinking Neil took 40 seconds to draw that last time.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's go. Number 5.
5.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Excellent.
Have a good look. Right. Number 5. That is your number 5. Right. Number 6. Get in there. Right. I'm done, Neil. I'm ready to go.
Okay. So am I.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
I think you've just drawn the country that I drew for number 5.
Yeah. Right. That was number 6.
Yeah, that's a good one, that. I think we're okay with
Right.
those.
Number 7. Oh, gosh. Right.
Why did we say we would draw these from memory?
I have no idea.
What possessed us?
27 people watching this, Neil, and I think 27 people are asking exactly the same question.
I think I've got this, though. I've nailed this.
Right.
Are we good?
Number 7. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. You got that? Right. Right. That is number 7.
Brilliant.
Okay. Good luck to all of you. Right. Number 8. Right. This is right. I'm done, Neil. I've got number 8 ready to go.
Number 8, yeah, I'm ready for number 8.
Right. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Great. That's all you're getting for number 8.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Right. Okay. Right. Number 9. Nearly there, guys, and you can all wake up again.
Happy with this one.
Right. Number 9. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I mean, a very loose sense of the word happy there, Neil. Right, that is number 9.
I think we've
That's
got
all you get. Right, and the final one. The final one, and then we promise never to do this round again. Right, let's just do this quickly. I'm done, Neil.
Yeah.
Right. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I think that's not bad.
Does that work?
Number 10, all done. Someone has rather unkindly commented, Neil, saying, Neil, did you learn how to draw back in the caveman days? I don't know what that means.
Oh, I think they were probably referring to one of my drawings, which was probably culturally appropriate, actually.
Right.
I think a little bit like L.S. Lowry, they've misunderstood, the sort of the inspiration behind the art, and it was that. It was art.
It was, yeah. Well, art's entirely subjective, isn't it? So.
Yeah, and I think you, and they're probably right.
Yeah, if you didn't like it, then that's as much your fault as it is ours. Right. Okay. Well, I think let's all just move on. Right. So that was round 4. 2 rounds left. Round 5, mock the year. So this is all about the year 2020, and hopefully we will not mention that word. But if we do, then there will be a pound in the jar. So round 5, question 1. Let's run to the next section of the form. Please feel free to just sort of jump down. These should all be sort of self-explanatory what you need to put in the boxes. Round 5, question 1. How do you write 2020 in Roman numerals?
We do love our Roman questions, don't we, Robbie?
We do. We do.
We had one in the last quiz, didn't we?
Yeah. Giroli Ponti.
Giroli Ponti.
Yeah. Sounds like an Italian left back. Right. How do you write 2020 in Roman numerals? That was round 5, question 1. Round 5, question 2. Neil, take it away.
Okay, on the 29th of February this year, the people of Luxembourg voted to make what free for everyone to use? On the 29th of February, the people of Luxembourg voted to make what free for everyone to use? I wonder what the significance of the 29th of February is there, whether that's actually a special day where the people of Luxembourg can vote whatever they want.
Yeah, that could be like once every 4 years, isn't
it? Every 4 years. What
yeah.
a great idea that would be.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Let the public have a free vote on something, and it then has to become the law.
If you could make something free for everyone to use, what would it be, Neil?
Something free for everyone to use.
In fact, people watching at home, feel free to comment in on that.
Yeah, what your suggestions might be. Yeah.
What might they be?
Yeah.
You've already got free quizzes, so you can't really
can't
really complain. Right, that was round 5, question 2. Round 5, question 3. In March this year, which international event was cancelled for the first time in its 64-year history? So in March, which international event was cancelled for the first time in its 64-year history? So being quite you got to read this one carefully. You got to understand this one carefully. Is it an event that would happen in March, or is it an event that was just cancelled in March?
And why was it cancelled? Why might it have been cancelled?
We've had some comments around what it would be good to have free for everyone. Bible's free for everyone, and someone else has suggested toilet roll and hand sanitizer. Which, right,
it could be what they'd voted for.
Could be. Right. So that was number 3. Number 4. In May, British and Kenyan scientists announced a significant development in the fight against which disease? So in May, British and Kenyan scientists announced a significant development in the fight against which disease? Right. Round 5, question 5. Neil, take it away.
Okay, the chief exec of which global company was recently declared to be the first person to have net worth of over £200 billion? The CEO of which global company was recently declared the first person to have net worth of over £200 billion? Yeah. Yeah, there must be so if a billionaire is just a bog standard £1 billion, what would you call, what phrase? Well, no, maybe not for someone with 200 billion.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably the kindest word we can come up with. But yeah, that's an astonishing amount of money, isn't it?
You couldn't spend that amount if you tried, could you, in a lifetime? No. I don't think.
I think I'd buy a country.
Any particular ones? This one? That one?
Yeah, I'd buy that one. Yeah, I'd go right in and buy that one. Right, that was round 5, question 5. Round 5, question 6. What is the name of the next James Bond film whose release was delayed until November 2020? You fan of James Bond, Neil?
Yeah, I don't mind James Bond. I don't mind James, but I like the current guy. I like Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
But this is his last one, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the last one that he's going to be in. So
Tom Hardy's the next one, I think.
That was the speculation.
Yeah. Think you make a good James Bond, Neil?
Tom Hardy?
No, you.
Me? Well, what have I got the qualities to be an international super spy?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No. Judging on my technical ability this evening, I'd stand in front of someone and, I don't know, go and try and zap the wall and chop my arm off or something.
Yeah, if you didn't have to wear a tux, I could apply for the job. But yeah, I don't look good in a tux.
No. Right, round 5, question 7. In August, what world leader resigned his position of Prime Minister due to a bowel condition? So that's recent news, sort of a month or so ago. What world leader resigned his position of Prime Minister due to a bowel condition? I think you either know that or you don't. We'll move on to question 8. Neil, do you want to take this one?
Okay, in January, Cats, the movie, was roundly mocked at all of the Hollywood award ceremonies. But just how big was the estimated loss that the film made? So the film Cats was roundly mocked in all of the major Hollywood award ceremonies in January this year. But how big was the estimated loss that the film made? Are we looking for a figure in US dollars?
We are looking for a figure in US dollars. Yeah. And we will be quite lenient. So if you're within sort of 10% of the number, we'll give you a mark because we're kind and because we inflicted the last round on you. We'll be generous. So yeah, we're looking for a figure in US dollars there. Okay, round 5, question 9. Toot Tibbet, who died in September, is associated with the naming of which music genre? So this is very, very recent news. But someone called Toot Tibbet died in September and is associated with the naming of which music genre? And the final question in round 5. Neil, go for it.
Okay. What is the correct spelling of the first name of the person who became leader of the Labour Party this April? So what is the correct spelling of the first name of the person who became leader of the Labour Party in April? So we're not being lenient on this one then, by the sound of it. No, we're looking for the exact spelling. So there may be a number of ways that this person's first name could be spelt. We want you to get it spot on, knowing, of course, that no one is going to be using any search engines to find out the spelling. We're all playing this straight down the line.
Yeah. Right, that is the end of round 5. One more round to go. And some of you might know, Neil and I share a surname. My name's Thompson. That's Thompson without a P, the correct spelling of the name. And Neil is Thompson with a P, the incorrect spelling of the name. And for those of you who are followers of Tintin, you will know that there are characters called Thompson and Thompson in Tintin. So yeah, so that's what Thompson and Thompson look like. So bowler hats, mustaches, look the same as Neil and I do. And so what we've done is we've basically mocked up a whole lot of pictures of people, double acts, who have had the Thompson and Thompson treatment. Okay, so we're just going to dive in. It's a picture round, so we'll go through all 10 and then we'll come back to the start. So yeah, we'll start from here. Right, question 6, final round. Just looking for you to write the answer in on the quiz sheet. So round 6, question 1. Who are these two? We are looking for the characters. So the characters' names.
In the order that they appear on the screen, are we looking for?
In the order they appear on screen, left to right.
Left to right, yeah. I think that's a good one for starters. I think that'll be to a lot of people.
I think that is a helpful one to start with. Yeah. Right. Round 6, question 2. Who is that? Thompson and Thompson, who is that? I'm a little bit disappointed I had to crop that image because the person on the right is wearing, I think it's triple denim. I think he's got denim. It's got denim boots on as well. I didn't even know were a thing. But yeah, right to left. No, not right to left. Left to right. Can we have the names of the people in this picture? So that is number 2. Number 3. Who is that? There's clues all over this.
I think, yeah, and I think one of those characters would sometimes be seen in a bowler hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the other one not.
No. Right, so that is number 3. Yeah, so please just again be writing the names left to right, and we're looking for the characters. So we're looking for the characters' names in this. Okay, round 6, number 4. Who is that? And we will be strict on this one. The names have to be correct from left to right.
Yeah, we're taking this seriously, aren't we, Robbie?
Absolutely.
No laughing matter. You've got to get it right.
Despite everything you've seen this evening, we are taking this seriously. Right. Round 6, question 5. Who are these two? So we're looking for their full names, left to right.
See, when they posed for that photo, it's as though they knew that someone was going to put a bowler hat and a tash on them, doesn't it?
Well, the ironic thing is that I haven't actually done anything to that photo. So Tim Williamson has asked, do we need to put an and in between the answers? You can if you want, but as long as you've got the names right, we will mark it correctly. So you can just put the names and a comma in between, or you can put an and, or you can just put the names, and we will mark it from there. Okay, 5 more questions to go. Round 6, question 6. Who are these two? Again, we are looking for characters, names, and we are looking for the full names. So full names of these characters, left to right.
They look less comfortable in the bowler hat and Tash.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Previous pairing.
Although it seems to suit one on the left better than the one on the right.
Actually, yeah.
Right, number 7. Who are these two? Again, we'll go left to right. So we need the full names, left to right. First name and surname. The one on the right definitely suits the moustache.
Yeah.
Right, number 8. 3 more to go. Who are these two? And again, full names. No messing around now.
Yeah.
Full names.
Yeah.
Left to right.
Definitely left to right. Yeah.
Yeah. First name and surname.
See, I think that carefully manicured. Do you manicure a moustache?
I think you can.
Whatever you do,
Is it?
that doesn't work. That doesn't work with the guy on the left's other facial hair.
No.
If you're having a tash like that, you've got to be clean shaven.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, round 6, question 9. Who are these two? Characters' names again. So we're going for the characters. So left to right, characters, not the actors. And we will go for final one. So round 6, question 10, final question of the quiz. Who are these two? Can we have their we are looking for, on this one, we are looking for the actors' names. So we're looking for their real names, not characters' names, their real names. Left to right, full names. Yeah. Right, so what we'll do is just very, very quickly nip back through those, spend 2 seconds on each one. Okay, who are those two? Left to right. Those two, just reminding you of them. That's the second one. Number 3, these two. Number 4. Number 5. And then we've got number 6. And we've got number 7. And we've got number 8. And we've got number 9. And we've got number 10.
And number 10, that's the only one where we actually want the actors rather than the characters they're playing. That's right,
Yes.
isn't that? Yeah.
Yes. Someone who said the ticking clock in the background adds more stress. Is that you with the ticking clock, Neil?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yes. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Nice sort of, yeah, it's added a bit of stress. Right. Well, thank you very much. That is the quiz. So what we'd love you to do is to fill in your answers. Please go back over. We'll give you a few minutes. What time is it now? It is 13 minutes past 9. I make it. We will give you 5 minutes to basically get the rest of your answers done. Then please submit them. So at the bottom of the form, you'll see a submit button. Make sure you've got that in. Make sure you've filled your team name in. Click that, and then that'll get sent straight to us, and then we'll sort of work out who's won from there. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to say goodbye to Neil for a few minutes while. So we'll see you in a bit, Neil.
See you in a little bit.
Thank you very much. We'll see you back for the answers. Oh gosh, big picture of my face. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to hand over to Susie, and Susie is going to Susie's going to take you through the next little bit. She's going to be interviewing a few people who have been involved in Wickham, some young people, and yeah. So I'm going to hand you over. Right, we're going to bring them in now. So we have Amy. Hello, Amy.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Emma. Hello, Emma. How are you?
Good, thanks.
And Nathan.
Hello.
Good evening. Right, I'm going to hand over to Susie. This is very much, this is like, I don't know what it is, like the news.
Right, hello. Hi, everyone. So if you don't know me, I'm Susie. I work for Wickham. Wickham stands for West Cambridge Christian Youth Ministries. So we just thought at this kind of moment of finishing off, putting in your results, and then just Rob going to be sorting out collating the answers. We would just have a little chat with a few people. So thank you very much to Amy, Emma and Nathan. They were roped in yesterday or possibly even today to just join us for a little chat. So all of these guys have been involved in Wickham in some way. So I'm just, obviously I've said their names, but I'm going to give them a moment to introduce themselves and just tell us what you do, how old you are, if that's not a rude question, and when you first got involved with Wickham. So Amy, let's go with you.
Great. I'm Amy. I'm currently training to be a vicar in Cambridge at Ridley Hall. I am 23 and I first got involved in Wickham probably when I was in year 7. Yeah, I went to things at CVC in Competent. Great.
Thank you, Amy. Emma.
I'm Emma. I'm also 23 and I'm a youth worker. And similar to Amy, yeah, I got stuck in when I was in year 7 and yeah, I went to first and CU and stuff at CVC.
Great, thank you. And Nathan.
Yeah, I'm Nathan. I'm a data analyst. I'm 22 and yeah, same really. Year 7, so when I was 11, started going to Thirst and the weekends away and everything.
Great. Okay, thanks, guys. So what were some of the activities that you got involved in? So you mentioned a couple of them already. What are some of the different things that you were involved in as a teenager with Wickham? Let's start with Nathan.
Oh, no. Yeah, so I think, it's sort of the Thirst, like evening kind of services, weekends away. We also had something called Ignite, which was like a evening kind of youth club where you can invite your friends along. We had games, like a snooker table, just a space to enjoy with friends.
Great, thanks. Amy?
The first thing I got involved in from Wickham was the Christian Union at school, and I went because they did free food from around the world, and I was like, oh, that sounds great. And they got different Christians from different countries to tell us about being Christian there. And it's great. And I also got involved in Thirst, the youth services on a Sunday, and went on the weekends away and to Soul Survivor with Wickham. So, yeah.
Great. And then Emma.
I think one of the first things I went to was the youth fest, like the summer fest. And I just remember like that slip and slide. And that was just like, I think I was year 6 at the time and I was getting ready to go into year 7 and I was just like, this is wicked. But yeah, and then I had mentoring from Wickham and then I started going to Girls' Night In as well and weekends away, which were again just another highlight.
Thanks, Emma. Right, I'm just going to pause the questions for a second. Robbie, do you want to give a 1 minute notice to get your forms in if you haven't already done so?
If you don't have them in 1 minute.
1 minute. If you don't have it in 1 minute, then it will not be counted. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so next question. What did you enjoy about the Wickham activities, if you did? Or what did you find helpful? kind of something along those kind of lines. Emma, I'm going to start with you.
So yeah, as I just mentioned, I had mentoring. I think it started in about year 10. I had quite a lot of difficulty with my mental health at school, and I remember talking to someone and they were like, oh, well, Wickham do mentoring, and I was like, oh, I know Wickham. I used to go to them myself. And then they put me in contact with you, Susie, and you were my mentor for quite a few years. So yeah, and that was just really helpful, just to have someone to listen to me and to chat to. And yeah, it was my first experience really of mentoring, and yeah, that was definitely helpful. And then it, improved my confidence in order to go to more Wickham events and stuff. So that was cool.
Great, thanks, Emma. Nathan.
So was the question things that
what did you enjoy, or what did you find helpful? Something along those lines.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was at sixth form, we had a leadership kind of group, and that was really good because we had a group of us put together that were all like a similar age. We did a couple of residentials, and we just had loads of really good discussions, looking at leadership and ourselves and like the influences on our lives. And for me, that was really cool just to have like a really solid group of us, that we've all kept in contact since and been really close. So just built like a real connection where we were really like open with each other right from the very beginning. So I think that was like a real highlight for me.
Great, thanks, Nathan. And Amy.
I think one of the best things about Wickham was that it brought loads of young people together. Like I went to a church in a village where there was maybe like 2 teenagers who went to that church. One was me. And so actually like being involved in Wickham meant all of us from all different villages could get together, and you'd see people at school and that would be great. And then you'd see people at like church on a Sunday evening, and you get to know these people who don't live in the same village or go to the same church as you, but get to know them really well, which was really encouraging.
Great, thanks, Amy. Okay, so we've managed to rope you all into helping with Wickham things at some point since you left school. Just if you've got any kind of experiences of what it's been like to help with Wickham stuff. Emma, let's start with you.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed just being part of it all over again, but just as a leader. And so I went away from to go to uni, and then coming back and just helping out wherever I can. So it was often in the summer. So again, things like the Summer Fest and things like that. And then just recently we did the online weekend away, which was an experience. But yeah, just really, really cool to be part of it all over again.
Thanks, Emma. Amy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed coming to Soul Survivor with everyone, and just seeing like having been to Soul Survivor as a young person, being like, wow, this is a really exciting and special time when you grow loads in faith and meet loads and loads of other young people. Like being there as a leader has been really fun and encouraging, and seeing what God's doing in people's lives has been really good.
Thanks, Amy. And Nathan.
Yeah, same really. So I've been helping out like Emma over the holidays, and went to Soul Survivor as well, which was, it was amazing to have like loads of really good discussions with the young people as well. And I think hopefully having been through everything that they'll be going through with like college and applying to uni and things, hopefully, it's like really helpful to have us as people to, talk about that with, as people who've gone through it. And I've just really enjoyed seeing what it's like on the other side as well, being a leader, like with the weekend away, getting drenched in water instead of the gunging as well. So it was all fun. But
Great, thanks, Nathan. And I guess for me, I was involved in Wickham as a young person, and then as a volunteer, and then as a youth worker as well. And it's people like these guys, it's really exciting that I've known them since they were year 7, and now they're getting a little bit older. It's really exciting to see how they have grown and developed. It sounds a bit patronising, but I don't mean it at all. It's just genuinely exciting to be involved in young people's lives for long term, and to see how they've changed and it is great, like Nathan said. So for me, having leaders who are younger than me, who might be able to relate a little bit better to the young people as well, it's just great, and it's been brilliant having them involved as leaders as well as young people. Right, Robbie, where are we at? Oh no, we need longer. Right, does anyone want to send any questions on the comments? Just prepared anything else. So yeah, get on YouTube, send a few questions, and I can, send them to these guys.
I've realised we didn't put our answers in capital letters. Is that an issue?
I think that's fine. Robbie says
Okay.
that's fine. So
Cool.
we'll find out. So yeah, any questions? Amy, Emma, Nathan, you can ask each other questions if you want. Wasn't quite prepared for this filling of time.
Yeah.
So Nathan, you've never been gunged,
No.
but you got water for Wickham weekend.
Yeah, I had water. But yeah,
Next
hopefully not. I couldn't believe though that Emma got away with it straight away this year. Voted out of the running in the first opportunity.
I mean, you made a massive mistake in telling people that you were getting your hair cut. Like, why would you tell people that? Because then straight away, well, no, I would. I voted for you many a time to get you gunged after you secretly told everyone that you're getting a fresh trim. Like, you shouldn't tell people that. You've got to tell the young people how great they are, how nice a person you are, and then don't get gunged.
Yeah, it's true. Right, I've got a couple of questions. Okay, so we have got, what colour is your toothbrush? Now, that is a classic question from our Thirst Youth Service for some reason over the years to ask the speaker. So go on, guys, tell us what colour your toothbrush is. Amy?
Blue.
Blue. Oh, she went you straight away. Emma?
Mine's pink and white.
Pink and white. Nathan?
Yeah, black and white, I think.
Black and white.
Yeah, it's like the electric Oral-B.
Ooh.
Very nice. We've got, what's your favourite worship song? Let's start with, they're all looking like they might not know. Amy, I'm going to stop you again. Yeah. She's ready.
During lockdown in Ridley, we listened to this song loads, which is called We Labour Unto Glory, which is by Porter's Gate. So you should look them up if you've not heard of them. They're great.
Nathan?
Yeah, I think a lot during lockdown I was listening to God I Look to You, which is Bethel music, I think.
Good song. Yeah, nice. Emma?
Mine is Goodness of God.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think it's right now. I can't even go.
Look it up. No, great. These are great suggestions. Okay. Pineapple on pizza or not?
Yeah.
Straight away there. Oh, really?
Only with ham, though.
Not just pineapple. That would be crazy.
Yeah, Nathan?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't understand the controversy.
Why is it even a question? Yeah.
Yeah,
what's your ideal colour for a toothbrush? That's interesting. Yeah.
I think something that's odd, like that no one else, I've had it before, uni house, gone to pick up a toothbrush, realised whilst putting the toothpaste on, it's not my own. I need a colour that no one else is going to have. So orange is my favourite colour, so maybe something like that.
Yeah. That's good.
Patterned one.
Anyone else thought about their ideal colour of a toothbrush there?
I would go for a similar reasoning to Emma.
Yeah.
You don't want to share a toothbrush with someone.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, I've heard people getting the bamboo ones.
Yes, that should be the ideal. Yeah, you're right, Nathan. Right, we've got how Disney are you? Oh, Emma, straight away. What?
Very Disney.
Very Disney.
Whole family, very Disney.
Very Disney. Anyone else?
Medium Disney.
Medium.
Yeah.
I like Disney, but I don't know all the names of all the princesses. They're good, but I don't know them that much.
Anyone got a favourite Disney film? Just while we're on this topic.
I can't. I've got top 5, but I can't. Yeah. I can't. I mean, Mulan's a great one. Tangled.
So many good ones for someone who's very Disney.
Hard. I can't choose.
Yeah. I think I saw another question. What did you have for breakfast on Tuesday?
Whoa. What day is it today? Saturday.
Saturday.
Toast? Probably.
Maybe.
I think.
Go on, Nathan.
I don't know. Well, have some Weetabix, but you can't ever have Weetabix on its own. So you've got to put something else on top. So at the moment, I'm on granola with chocolate or strawberries on top. So.
Wow.
Very nice. Emma?
I'm less healthy than Nathan, so I have the I have the mini chocolate Weetabix that are just basically coated in sugar.
Do you have them on Weetabix or just on their own?
Oh no, like on their own, like
Okay.
they're their own thing.
Okay,
Like,
my friend has big Weetabix with mini chocolate Weetabix. That's his favourite
Really?
breakfast. I know, crazy.
gosh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Got another question here. Scrambled, boiled, fried, poached, or cloud eggs? I don't even know what a cloud egg is. Wow. So out of those ones, scrambled, boiled, fried, poached, or cloud eggs?
Scrambled.
Interesting.
Poached if someone else was cooking it, poached. But I'm not very good at it, so if I was making it, probably fried or scrambled.
Yeah, Nathan?
Yeah, probably scrambled.
Yeah. I've got a question here from Louis, and I'd seen it but hadn't asked it yet because I am incapable of saying the word. Have you ever been to, and I can't say it, Lamb Fair? Can anyone else see YouTube? Can any of you three see that word? I mean, it's in Wales. I can't say it.
I haven't really been to many places in Wales, so.
And he's admitted that it was so that I would have to say it. I could try it. Lamb Fair. No, I'm not even going to keep going because I'm just going to embarrass myself. Robbie, how are we doing with the answers?
We have got everyone. Yes.
Yes.
If I can run through the answers now.
Yes.
Then you can count whatever one's correct.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll swap. Okay. So big thank you to Amy and Nathan and Emma, and I'll just say a big thank you as well to Neil and Robbie for doing this evening. If you want to find out any more about Wickham, go to www.wickham, which is spelled WCCYM.org. And there's information on the website if you want to know more about us or follow us on social media. Right, so I'm going to attempt to drop everybody out of this. Thanks, guys. And then, yeah, Robbie will come back.
All right, great. Thanks very much, guys. So I'm just gonna sort of give you 2 minutes to sort of get yourselves together. We're gonna just run through the answers in a second, but I'll just drop off the screen for a second. You'll still be here, and then we'll go through the answers in about a minute and a half. Right. Okay. Be back in a second. Right, we're back, Neil.
Hey, Robbie. All right?
We are back. Yeah, we're back. Yep, good, thank you. Susie is we've counted up all the answers. So what Susie's doing now is Susie's just working out who's come first. So what we're going to do is just going to run through the answers really quickly. And then Susie will have an answer for us. Right, okay. So let's have a look. Right, there we are. So that's where we left it with those two. And now we're going to go through the answers. Okay, we'll go through these really quickly. Okay, 2017, the French cartoon character that appeared alongside a character called Neil.
Coronavirus.
Yep, it was Asterix. How many people have walked on the moon? It is 12. So well done if you got that one right. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times is the first line of which Dickens novel? It is Tale of Two Cities. Denelmum was a Roman name for which British city? That is Durham. Neil, there you go.
Yep. What nationality is Greta Thunberg? She's Swedish.
Fantastic. And then we go to the next one. So it is B. So she is Queen Elizabeth I has had the second shortest reign. So the order of sort of length of reigns goes from Queen Elizabeth II, then it's Queen Victoria, then it's Queen Elizabeth I, and then it's King Charles II. So that was the answer to that one. So B, well done if you got that one right. How many permanent teeth does a dog have? It is A, 42 permanent teeth. Anyone who's been bitten up by a dog would attest to that.
And then we read Douglas Adams would know that was the answer to like the university and like the universe and everything.
Yeah. 4 American states start with the letter A. 3 of them end with the letter A. So that's Alabama, Alaska, and Arizona. And the 4th one doesn't end with an A, and that is Arkansas. So well done if you got that right. An emu can fly, true or false? It is true. I think actually universally, I don't know if many people got that right, but that is true. An emu can fly. And what color appears on 75% of national flags? It is red. I think a lot of people got that one right. Okay, so we're going to go to the Zoom round. Round 2, question 1. It was oysters. So that was the answer to the first one. The second one is a skyscraper. Now, we've had a few answers in for this, which have been specific answers like sort of tall buildings or naming a few sort of tall buildings. Basically, if you've named a specific building and it happens to be a skyscraper, then we've given you the points. So we've been quite kind. Number 3, it was a ballpoint pen, Neil.
Yeah, I saw that as a cone to start with.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Ballpoint pen, good one.
Yeah, ballpoint pen. And then that one is a button.
Yeah, I've never eaten one of those, despite what I said earlier.
No.
Only chocolate ones.
No, someone put it down as a red blood cell, which I thought was quite impressive. So we've got a snail. So yeah, so we can sort of see why people put things down like dragon and that sort of stuff, but it was a snail.
And there was one of those in my student bathroom.
And well done. There was 2 people who got this right. It's a bike helmet.
Good answer.
Very, very well done for that, because the portion of the picture is very, very small. Round 3 with a palm leaf. So that was what you would have seen. Palm leaf, and it was the blue sky behind it. Number 8, it was a pepper. So we had a few answers in for that, but it is a pepper. And a plunger. I think there was only one team that got this right, so well done to you guys for saying the correct answer of a plunger. And number 10, it was seaweed. So I think we only had one person get that right as well. I think a lot of people were sort of saying caramel, icicles, that sort of stuff, but no, it was seaweed. Right, round 3, sports and games. Now I have a confession to make, which is that when we get to the question about Ben Stokes, the answer that you see on here, Keith Tarin, are you sure that emus can fly? The quiz says it's true. Yes, that I was reliably informed that emus can fly.
They might just jump a long way and flap their wings.
They could do. I mean, that's technically what flying is. But yes, the confession to make on this round is that I've got the answer that you'll see on the screen here is incorrect, in the sense of, because what the answer is on here what I've realized is that on the form it doesn't include the super over. So so what we've done is we've basically taken it that if you got Ben Stokes, if you got the number right for the amount of runs that Ben Stokes scored, then we've got that right. But actually, if the numbers that are all in the same region, you've got the numbers the right way around in that, then we've given you the points. So we've tried to be quite lenient on it. We've made sure no one sort of missed out on that one. Anyway, what is the time in seconds of the fastest FA Cup final goal? That is 25 seconds. Number 2, how many balls are there on a snooker table at the start of a frame? That's 22. The next one, how many points did England score in the Rugby World Cup final of 2019? So that was 12. And what number, famously, did Paul Gascoigne have on his shirt in Italia 90? That is 19. Then we go to number 5, which is in baseball. What is the distance in feet from third base to home base? And that is 90. Now, this is the one, Ben Stokes. He scored 92 runs, including the super over, but on the sheet, you only had 84 to choose from. So basically, these 3 questions, if you've got them, we've basically been kind that if you've got them, because it's our mess up, really. But if you've got them roughly the right way around, in terms of these 3 interchangeable, we've given you the scores because it was our fault. And then 7, how many countries won medals at London 2012? It was 86. In Monopoly, how much does Old Kent Road cost to buy? I think everyone got this one right. That's 60. How many rooms are there on a Cluedo board? That is 9. And how many squares are there down each side of a chessboard is 8. Now, quick on the draw. Neil, let's be very, very quick. So we had, oh no, I've got to find number 1. What was our number 1? Yeah, number 1 was Italy. So I drew a pizza. Neil drew a country with a boot. I think everyone got that. And we got number 2, which is number 2 was Wales. So well done to getting that one right. We got number 3. What do you get for 3, Neil?
3 is Chile.
Yeah, so I
Very
drew
long country.
and Neil drew a horse's tail. 4 is Portugal, and Neil drew, I think that's meant to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo with a glass of port and a Portuguese tart.
There we go. And number 5. What was number 5?
Number 5. That country is you got the Amazon running right through the top of that. So number 5 was Brazil.
I mean, I drew Christ the Redeemer. There we go. Number 6, we had, that was India. So I drew India, Neil drew an elephant, apparently.
Indian elephant, small ears.
Indian elephant. Number 7, that is, believe it or not, the Mona Lisa, and Neil drew France.
Clearly France.
Number 8, we have, I thought I did a rather good outline of New Zealand, and Neil drew helipad.
Maoris in front of the rugby posts.
Maoris. Number 9, Neil drew what was meant to be Norway, and I drew I drew a Viking helmet. So that was Norway. And number 10, we had Donald Trump peering over a wall, and we had Mexico. So well done if you got all those right. And we will move on to number 5. Okay. Let's go. Neil, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute myself, but you just tell me when to move on to the next one.
Okay, yeah.
To Susie about the scores. So you just tell me when to move on to the next one, and I'll shuffle through it.
So the first question that we had in Mock the Year, how do you write 2020 in Roman numerals? And the answer is MMXX. So 2020 in Roman numerals, MMXX. On to number 2 there, Robbie. On the 29th of February in Luxembourg, the people voted to make public transport free for everyone to use. A brilliant suggestion. That probably would be what I'd put down as well, actually. Robbie gave me the opportunity to exercise the same right as the people of Luxembourg. That would be what I would put down. So yeah, public transport for question number 2. On to question number 3. And it was the Eurovision Song Contest that was cancelled in March for the first time in its 64-year history. You might have thought it was the Tour de France or Euro 2020 or the Olympics. They were all postponed to later this year or to next year. But the Eurovision Song Contest, for the first time in its 64-year history, has been cancelled this year, very sadly. On to question number 4. In May, British and Kenyan scientists announced a significant development in the fight against malaria. So a possible clue there with the fact it was British and Kenyan scientists, but the answer was malaria. Into number 5, Jeff Bezos, but a very rich man, CEO of Amazon, declared to have net worth of over 200 billion. So we're looking for Amazon there. Number 6, the Bond film that was delayed. I think it was due to be in March this year, delayed until November. And the film is No Time to Die, which is the 25th Bond film, and the last one with Daniel Craig. Number 7, in August, the world leader who resigned his position of Prime Minister due to a bowel condition was Shinzo Abe. And in number 8, Cats, the loss that the film had made was $113 million. And as Robbie said, there was going to be some leniency there. So if you're within 10% on that, you'll have got that one right. But Cats was a disaster, basically, I think artistically and financially. On to number 9, Toots Hibbert from Toots and the Maytals died earlier on this month, and he's associated with the naming of reggae music. One of his first hit singles was Do the Reggae, and what we now know as reggae music came from that music, sort of ska, played a bit quicker and a bit more dancey. So number 9, the answer was reggae. And number 10, we were looking for the spelling of Keir Starmer as K-I-E-R.
No, it's wrong. Sorry, I wrote it incorrectly. It's K.
That's right.
It's K-E. Please be assured we have marked every answer that is K-E as correct. So it's actually K-E.
K-E-I-R.
I've made a mistake there, and I'm also being reminded in the comments that we've also made a mistake and that emus can't fly. I mean, it calls into question the whole quiz, to be honest. But yeah, emus can't fly. So what we have done is every single team said that it was false. So what we've done is just added another point on because you're all correct and we're wrong. And Keir Starmer is K-E. Anyway, Neil, as you were.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so yeah. I mean, we're probably going to get complaints from any emus taking part in this. But we want video evidence. If there are any emus that are going to protest that final ruling, we need video evidence of that. Yeah. So number 10, the answer was Keir, K-E-I-R, Starmer, and that was the end of round 5.
Excellent. And then round 6, we got Thompson and Thompson. So we're going to run through these. So yeah, number 1 is Captain Kirk and Spock. So we've been sort of, we wanted you to get the characters right, and when you do it the right way around, we have been quite lenient because there's a few where they're the wrong way around. But to be honest, we've just been very lenient, probably because we kept getting the questions wrong. So so that's Captain Kirk and Spock. Number 2, Britney and Justin. Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. So that's the 2 of them. We then have Sherlock and Watson. So you put Sherlock Holmes and Dr. John Watson, then you would have got that, Sherlock and Watson. We then have number 4. It is Paul and Barry Chuckle. So famously the Chuckle Brothers. But we put it down if you've got Chuckle Brothers as well. We've been kind. So that's the 2 of them. Number 5, John Turod and Greg Wallace of MasterChef. So that is the 2 of them. So well done if you got that one right. Chandler Bing and Joey Tribbiani. So yes, obviously from Friends. So that is the 2 of them. Number 7, having said do it left till right, we've actually done it right till left. So that is obviously Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon, or as we've called them, Simon and Garfunkel. So yeah, we've yeah, we're just being reminded as well that someone thought that Christ the Redeemer was actually a picture of Newcastle. So we're
confusing that statue with the one of Alan Shearer, I think, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay, this one is Ant and Dec. So that's Ant McPartlin and Declan Donnelly. So that is number 8. And number 9 is Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. So that's the guys from Star Wars. And then we've got number 10, which is Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. So that finishes the quiz. Susie needs 1 more minute. So I think what we'll do is we will say yeah, so we'll take that PowerPoint off the screen because it's clearly got all the wrong answers on. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We've had a lot of fun, and it's been good to sort of put something on that you guys have hopefully enjoyed. Hopefully we haven't sort of dragged on too long. Yeah, we're going to be finished well before 10 o'clock, which is good. Everyone can still get to watch Match of the Day. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Susie is just calculating the final answers now. Thank you very much for staying around. Thank you for hearing about what Wickham is doing. We've put this quiz on this evening, and it's mainly to have a bit of fun, and it's mainly to it's mainly just to do something a bit fun, do something that people can engage with, but also just to get people to hear a bit about what Wickham does. So thank you for listening. Thank you for engaging with what Wickham does. If you support Wickham, then thank you very much. We'll put something up at the end, which is just a link. If you'd ever feel like finding out more about Wickham, or if you ever feel like perhaps giving to Wickham to support the work that they do, then we'll put something up at the end. But there is no obligation to do anything. It's just for those who might want to. So again, thank you very much. We've got the answers in, and we've got a 3rd place, we've got a 2nd place, and a 1st place, which I suppose is good. We'll start in 3rd, and it is okay. 3rd place is a team called Hovis Bob. I don't know who Hovis Bob are, but congratulations to Hovis Bob, who have come 3rd. And we've then got 2nd is a team called Buddies. Is that right? Buddies have come 2nd. So congratulations to Buddies.
Well done, buddy.
First, the team that has come first and is crowned champions of the Wickham Quiz until the next time we run a Wickham Quiz is the Percy Pigs. So well done to the Percy Pigs. And the prize is pride in your performance and gloating rights with anyone else who took part. But again, just a big thank you to those who were involved. We'll put on the Wickham website. Oh, it's the Whitbreads, Hovis Bob. Well, congratulations. Rebecca Moss and Katie asking for the scores. We'll put them up on the Wickham website. We'll put them on social media. So please sort of have a look on there. We'll put up what everyone's scores were. But again, yeah, thank you very much for taking part. And thank you very much, Neil.
That's been good. We should do this again, Robbie, sometime.
We should.
Yeah.
Someone's asked, is that the Percy Flying Pigs? Well, yeah. I mean, they've got as much chance of flying as the emus. So, yeah, thanks, Neil. Thanks for putting the questions together with me. And, yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Smash
Thanks
it.
very much.
Take care, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye-bye now.